Greetings and salutations! This is Jason Silverain, and today I'll be taking a look at Rogue, the 1985 Epyx Incorporated version. Now, this is not the best version of Rogue available. There's far better, well, shareware versions, abandonware versions out there. There's a brilliant GitHub that's gotten together to try and make a Rogue legacy. This is the one available on Steam because a company bought the license to this one and now selling it for £2.50 or $3. It is not worth it. I'm telling you now, they haven't done anything other than just set up DOSBox for you. But what it does give me is a very easy way to get into this. So I'm just going to put my name in. And just look at that. So few people involved. Yes, the original people who worked on this are no longer involved. I mean, even Epyx Incorporated have long since vanished into the ether. Now, this is not the first version of Rogue. It is one of the earlier versions of Rogue. Now, I just had a very good run and discovered that, well, DOSBox simply doesn't like being recorded, so this was a bit of an awkward one. Thank you. Can I please kill this bat? Oh, it's still not dead. Now, I do have a slight disadvantage because for some reason it won't let me attack diagonally. And I am having to use the arrow keys to move around. You're supposed to be able to use the, what they call it, the old numpad, but it just won't let me for some reason. Now, oh, what have I done here? There we go, we just get that numpad command out of the way. Now, I'm having to do this purely on keyboard, and I've even got a little cheat sheet of the old keyboard commands. If that's anything that has been useful is to have the original manual, which is a wonderful read, I will say that now. It's quite a fun one. There we go, get rid of that kestrel. And there's actually more of a story behind this than you think. Essentially, you are going into the dungeon to retrieve this magic amulet, which is a wonderful symbol of hope and peace and the light. And it's been stolen by a dungeon master who's just envious of it. Oh my god, this is going to be a terrible run. Oh my god, I'm already dead. I even got down to yeah, I got down to level 13 in the last run that I lost. So let's try that again. Yeah, so the dungeon master's stolen the amulet out of just jealousy. Oh god, I start right next to a bat. There we go. And the dungeon exit. There we go. Another bat? Or the same one? Oh, thank you. I need to kill something so I gain some levels. So yes. And we have been... Well, I don't think we were asked to retrieve it. We just decided, hey, even the knights are terrified of going into this dungeon. So let's do it and try it. And we can't even remember our own name. We've been in here so long. This is why we're simply known as the Rogue. Now I'm just going to stay here and rest, and hopefully my health will tick back up. Problem is, when you're resting, monsters will randomly spawn. Or have a chance of. And, yes, part of the curse slash blessing of this place is anyone who's come for the amulet don't die when they die. No, you get rezzed right back at the start of the dungeon again. And this guy's been in here so long he's forgotten everything. Now, let's see if we get rid of that ice monster. Oh my goodness, the RNG today are hating me. Because last time I did this, I got Guild Novice in the first battle. After I killed it, wow, I've leveled up again. Went from Guild Novice to Apprentice. Lovely. I have no clue what affects those. But, hey, it gives me more HP. And more strength, which is very helpful. So, yes. We don't start with nothing. We do have some rations, ring mail, well, +1 ring mail, +1 mace, +1 short bow, and 34 arrows, which is very nice. Far more generous than some games would give you. And you'll need it, because gold, absolutely useless. It's just there to help you score. unlike later editions and variations of Rogue, like Moria, I haven't played NetHack personally, so I don't know if that's different, but in Moria there was shops you could buy from. And obviously Moria was set much more like Lord of the Rings. Oh my god, why can I not hit anything? There we go. That was a tough hobby. Now, I'm probably going to die again in a second. Oh, no. Let's try healing. Oh, there we go. And again, game, just keep throwing those mobs at me. It's just XP for me. But yes, as you'd expect from what was the thing that began the roguelike genre, it is very basic compared to its later iterations and even some variations of the same game. It really depended. Back in the 80s, consoles, there was so many of the damn things. There's a reason for the video games crash. And everyone wanted their own version of the game, and honestly the quality was not always the same between different versions. Some were much better, some were much worse. Again, this is one of the more basic ones for PC. But it established some core details. Either A, you die, you start back at the beginning, lose all your stuff. B, elements of the game are randomized each playthrough. For example, potions are different colours. What those colours do is randomized every time you die and restart. So a potion that previously healed you... Oh, God, I've been frozen again. Please stop freezing me. Yeah. Yes, a potion that previously healed you could harm you in the next run. So that's always a pain. And scrolls of identify are kind of rare. And again, that's same with scrolls. It is the same with rings. It is the same with various elements like wands and staves. Only thing you can trust is a mace, and even then you might pick up one that's cursed. So yeah, so you've got that element of randomization. We've got the scoreboard to keep track and brag with your friends. Oh god, I'm already getting hungry. Let's eat a ration. Now, as I'm going along like this, I am currently hitting S every time I move forward a step, because that is a search button. Later on, traps become more deadly than monsters. And there are certain monsters you want to keep an eye out for. For example, leprechauns, pretty harmless, can screw up your score though. They hit you, they steal your gold, then vanish. Nymphs are the same, except instead of stealing gold, they steal magic items. So that can be a real headache. You see an A on the map, you want to keep away from that and dump your armor, because that's a basically a rust monster with the licensing filed off. Though I wonder if rust monsters are now open source thanks to Wizards of the Coast screw up. I think it's mostly beholders and mind flayers. Though I will clarify with that, I've read through it. And it is like, while you can have a mind flayer, you can't have things like the elder brains and other mind flayer like monsters. Ooh, a magic ring. Now I'm just going to put that on. You really shouldn't. You should wait till you find something to identify it, but I'm going to stick that on my left hand, because we're going to have fun with this. God knows what that's done, it's not told me. Might just be a regular ring for all I know. So yes, those are the kind of three monsters I've mentioned before you want to watch out for. Though a lot of people will die to the centaurs or the rattlesnakes. Oh, friggin' emu! It took that long to find the secret door. There we go. Friggin' ambushing me as I open the door. So I tap, 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 tap. I will keep tapping away. There might be nothing here. I could go down right away. And there we go, we have a dark corridor. Dark rooms suck and you'll get loads of them. In other roguelikes, eventually you start getting things like torches and stuff that give you light. In Rogue, no such luck. Actually, no, you can get the light spell on a wand. I don't think you can't get, like, actual torches that you hold, though. There we go. In fact, in my last run, I haven't found a single weapon. I found several suits of armor, but no weapons. I'm just going to go down the floor. We're not going to search out the whole place. We want to get away from that slime. Go. We can. Ooh. God. Now, what you really want to do is kite things from a distance. Unfortunately, you can't do that if they're already next to you. This is another problem with dark rooms, because you can't see what's coming until last minute. Is that just going to lead me around? Yeah, that would be a secret door. I'm just going to go in. Let's skip this. Let's kill the ice monster. Going around. Now, I am getting nervous about traps. Oh, no wonder I'm pressing the wrong flipping button there. R is rattlesnake. That was something I'd forgotten about. Yeah, I was going to mention that. Don't go near them. If you can, kill them with your bow. Shoot with a... Oh dear. Because these guys will drain your strength over time, which seems to make you do less damage. And I've noticed you do... well, you have less chance to hit. I'm not entirely certain if that's the thing. I'd have to check the manual again. But that's just my impression. When I got down to 7 strength out of 16, ooh, I was having a lot of trouble. Okay, we got that hobgoblin. You know, I'm going to swap back to the bow again. We're going to shoot him. Bam, he's dead. Lovely. Swap back to my mace. But yeah, the fun thing with the rust monsters... I keep finding leather armor, that's useless. Yeah, the fun thing with the rust monsters is if you do see them, just strip in front of them. No, don't divide! Now, do I risk a potion? I think I will. I'm going to drink that violet potion. Oh, that's a +1 strength. Because you get strength restore and actual overall plus strength. Amber potion, please be a heal potion. Oh. I think that's like an anti-freeze potion. No, I'm good. I don't know what I'm going to call that. Yes. Oh, crud. Get rid of the slime there. I was expecting it to stand back and just keep dividing whilst the emu chased me. Oh, back in the day where they used to throw like random stuff at you as enemies, like... Ah, it's a relief. Oh my goodness, it's just chucking slime after slime at me. Someone get a dehumidifier in this dungeon. Kill a bat. Oh, that's the way down. Let's just go. And now I'm here, I'm going to eat that ration. I would like to have found more by now, but sadly, we're not getting it today. Nope. That way. Missed again. Missed again. It's even a bad miss because it keeps breaking my arrows. Yeah, you stay the hell away from me. I will have to see if I can find a copy of Moray. I'm pretty certain I've seen versions of it about. But I could never quite find the version my dad had. He had a little knockoff copy because back when I was growing up, there were 2 computer shops in the entirety of the town. One of them sold purely computers, no games, just maybe a handful of bits of software. It's like really early Apple Macs. The other one did sell Amiga games, but it was things like Play School and like educational games for those under 10, which my parents did get for me. It was quite an interesting little thing to play. At the end of the day, though, this just meant that the only way to get games or software was either from your friends as they passed around illegal copies, or head to Chesterfield Market one morning and pray the guy with the big store of all the pirated software would be there. Oh wow! That hobgoblin just took me out in like 2 hits. Either that or I was on much lower health than I thought. Now, I might have a few more attempts at this. It is a bit of a slow-paced game, and it really does feel random. Unlike modern roguelikes, because of the nature of the randomness and the difficulty in finding drops, you never quite know what you're going to get, and sometimes you could find chainmail early, some good stuff. It does feel too random, but I can definitely see the charm and why people decided, hey, I like this, let's make our own. And if you do know of any variations out there, just let me know. Send me a message in the comments, and I'll go have a nosy. I mean, I'm very tempted to go dig out the abandonware ones, because there is things I want to show people. As I've said in other videos, you've got to know where you've come from to know where you're going. And honestly, people need to be reminded of how things all started, just to know how good we've got it now in some regards. Though if there's one thing I don't miss, it's the lack of continuous lives or progression in these kind of games. Though, at least we didn't have microtransactions back then.